real quick, we are going to open the floor up. If anyone has real quick questions for them, we're going to take 2 or 3 questions, if anybody has one for them. I want to start out by asking, dealing with legislators. We deal with a lot more legislators that are against us than for us. So what is your response to that? What is the best advice you can give somebody who's going to walk into a legislator's office knowing that they're against what we do, or not necessarily against, but uneducated, or just haven't taken that stance for us?
Well, it's important to understand that politicians are salesmen. And they will always do what is in their best interest. So our responsibility is to make it their best interest. Ronald Reagan used to say, as you turn up the heat, they begin to see the light. And what we need to do is to, I'll just tell you, a handful of preachers came to see the Speaker Boehner, who had the congressional district just next to mine. And I said, well, what are you going to tell him? I said, well, we want him to do this, we want him to do that, we want him to do that. I said, all right, hang on. Politicians care about only 2 things, only 2. Votes and money. Money to buy votes. So, unless you're coming in with money, he only cares about one other thing, votes. So rather than saying, I'm Reverend so-and-so, that means what? I'm a pastor of a church that has 2,500 voters. And we're part of an assembly, and I have 5 other friends that I'm representing. Their churches together, we have 15,000 members of your congressional district that we're to report back on how this meeting goes. And then the next person does that, and the next person does that, and the next person does that. And I said, and then what he's going to say is, oh, I'm with you 100%. And I really agree. And but it's just those other guys. You know, they're the ones that are the real trouble. And so what I told him, I remember this is the Speaker of the House. He decides what comes to the floor and what doesn't. And I said, all right, I know what he's going to tell you. He's going to tell you that. And so then you have to quietly, just very simply, all right, if you're unable to do this, while we're here, who should we go see that could help us? Now that's his constituents asking him why you're incompetent. So when you go to meet with a legislator, understand what they want. And they want peace. And if you can get a handful of folks, a couple of little testimonies in each courthouse in their district, a couple of folks, and then letters to the editor are the most widely read part of any newspaper. And a couple of those things to begin so that when you go in to see them, they know what's bubbling out there, and we're here to help you. See, those people are really, they feel that you've been unfair. They feel like they're not getting a fair treatment. And we have a piece of legislation here that can fix it. And we'd like to have your help on it. And how can we help you? So that, there's a subtle reference there, but I would encourage you also to this: never threaten a legislator. Because I had some, you know, I said to some folks, if you go in and you say, I'm from Chillicothe, Ohio, and I got lots of friends, and we're going to make sure you never get elected again if you don't do such and such. I said, what they'll do is they'll lean across to you and say, what's the mayor's wife's name? How many members of the city council are there? What's their first names? What's their wives? How many children does so-and-so have? I said, he will bury you because you're dealing on his turf where he's the expert. So what you want to do is make yourself the expert over here. And that is that these people are getting upset, and we want to help you. We want to help you bring this together. And so you know what the issue is, and you build a constituency that either you can help them campaign with people or contributions. And that would be my suggestion.
The question that I have is,